Can I see Jeffrey Qualick, please? Jeffrey Qualick.
I'm standing in for Fort Lauderdale, Your Honor.
Jeffrey Qualick there. I've already appointed Mr. McLawrence's office. Let me see. Do we have Jeffrey Qualick?
He's at North Broward, according to the...
Did you talk to him?
No, Judge, he's at North Broward. I didn't get
You know
a
what?
chance.
I think he's probably detoxing.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I've appointed him. I'm going to send this right over to the division, and you just keep track of it, all right?
Yes, Judge.
So you don't need to come back on it. This total bond's $250 on each count. And then, there you go. How about, here's another one for you, Mr. Antoinique Jones. Antoinique Jones.
No one's responding to you.
North Broward.
Go. Ms. Jones, you're charged with theft on 1, resisting arrest on 2. Count 1's $100. Count 3 is it's an offense of evading a transit fare. And count 4 is a violation of a pretrial felony on 4. Ma'am, are you employed?
No, sir, I'm not.
You have any money in the bank?
No, sir, I'm not.
Do you have any financial means to hire your own attorney?
No, sir, I don't.
Would you like me to appoint a special public defender for you on count 3? You're entitled to have one.
That's fine, sir.
So I'm going to appoint Mr. McLawrence on count 3, all right?
Yes, sir.
Here you go.
See on the docket.
Got that? Now, so I think that's it for your cases, Mr. McLawrence.
Judge, I don't see her on the docket. Can you tell me, maybe I could...
It's a rollover from this morning.
Okay.
Let me see. Do you have,
So the add-on, the last page on the docket file.
you see it up there?
The last page says male magistrate.
Which docket, the second docket?
Okay.
No, I don't have that.
Okay, so we can give him the case number.
I'll get it, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Missy Bruce Dunn.
President Angel.
Your Honor, Mr. Dunn is a very frequent violator. I'm sure Your Honor recognizes him.
Recognize him.
Old
I
friends.
know. I've known Mr. Dunn since before he had the beard. That's how long I've known Mr. Dunn. How you doing, Mr. Dunn?
I know you promised to put me on your Christmas list, and I didn't get anything.
Oh, that's okay.
Your Honor, the offer is 10 days right in jail per case.
Well, Dunn, I know you don't have any money. I know you're unemployed, correct?
Yes.
I know. So,
I'll stipulate to that.
we know. You know, Mr. Shade, I'm going to appoint you, but why don't we do this? I'm not going to work it out today. I'm just sending this to the division. Leave his bond at $100 per count. I'll appoint Steve Shade to represent you on all 3, all right?
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to end up in county anyway.
Good. Steve Shade, sign on him. Hold on one moment. I think that's it for the city cases, right?
I have a Earl Brewer Sanders as well.
I ROR'd him on that one count, I think.
I think he had a couple pending felonies. I'd be surprised
Yeah.
if he could get out. But, all right, perfect. Thanks, Judge.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful afternoon.
Ready to go? Thank you, Mr.
Oh,
Dunn.
excuse me, Judge. Could I get an attorney?
You did, Mr.
I
Shade.
gave you one. I appointed an attorney for you, Mr. Dunn.
Okay.
Mr. Dunn, I'll set your court hearing as quickly as I can, okay?
Thank you.
That was
Don
the attorney
Brooks.
to give you.
Candy bars.
Oh, by the way, my name's
Those are the
John
ones on the
Hurley. You're in
bottom.
first appearance. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, whatever you say can and will be used against you. If you have a private attorney, let me know who that is when you're called up. Where's Don Brooks?
North Broward.
North Broward.
Mr. Brooks, you have a domestic battery. The court finds probable cause.
Come up.
State, do we have any prayers on Miss Brooks? She's from Cape Coral, Florida.
One moment, Judge.
Miss Brooks, are you down here on vacation?
I was supposed to be, yes.
Okay,
I
do
was
you
supposed to
have,
go to Mexico today.
excuse me?
I was supposed to go to Mexico today
Oh, really?
for
All right.
vacation.
Go on a cruise or go by airplane?
Airplane.
Okay. Do you, I know you're you're in real estate, correct?
Yes.
Now, do you have any money in the bank?
Yes.
Okay, do you own your own home?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have children, ma'am?
They're grown.
Okay.
No priors.
No? Did you have a chance to speak with the alleged?
I did, there's no concerns.
No.
So I have to tell you that.
Ma'am, it's alleged you were very intoxicated, punched and scratched Mr. William Fabrizi. Ma'am, I'm gonna set your bond today at $4,500 based on the facts of the case and your lack of ties to the community. I'm gonna order you to have no contact. Now, you know what I'll do? I'll allow telephone contact.
We live together. We live together, though. All my stuff is at his house. Like, my house is his house. It was just a bad night.
All right, ma'am,
It doesn't
I understand.
happen.
Ma'am, I will allow telephone contact with Mr. Fabrizi. However, other than that, you're not allowed to have any contact with him. You're not allowed to come within 500 feet of him. Where he lives, where he works, where he goes to school, anywhere in between. You're not allowed to possess any guns, any weapons, any firearms while you're on release, and especially, and more particularly, you're not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages. So if you live together right now, you probably need to make arrangements to have your things moved out of the house, or maybe he can move out of the house, or something like that. All right, ma'am? And ma'am, let me just say this. If you violate this court's order, even if you're in Cape Coral, you may be rearrested and put back in jail. All right, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you.
We will make the defendant's rights to remain silent, right to counsel.
Okay, there you go. Okay, may I help you with something?
Nothing on Campbell?
Which issue you're on, ma'am?
For Mr. Roy Campbell.
Who is it?
Campbell?
Roy Campbell?
Next case.
Let's see Roy
President
Campbell,
Angel.
please.
Ma'am, touchdown.
Yeah. Here you go. That's a safety concern, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, now, ma'am, you can see on the TV right there. See that?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Campbell, you're charged with domestic violence battery. Court finds probable cause. See, do we have any criminal record on Mr.
No,
Campbell?
Judge.
No?
No.
Okay. Ma'am, will you raise your right hand? Excuse me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Wow.
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay, sorry about that. I'm having a little water, but, all right. Ma'am, tell me your name.
My name is Carla Thorpe Campbell.
Okay, ma'am. And you are the wife of Mr. Roy Campbell?
Yes.
Because, like I have said many times, I read you like a book. Let me just take a water break here. Okay, now, you've been married for how long, ma'am?
8 years.
Do you have children together?
Yes.
How many
Two.
children?
Two boys.
And how old are they?
One is 3 and the other one is 7.
All right, and they live in the home with you and Mr. Campbell?
Yes, they do.
And how is he as a father to the children?
He's a good father.
Is he?
And a good provider.
Is he okay? What does he do for work?
He's a chef.
Is he?
Yes.
And, all right, does he work at a hotel or at a restaurant?
He works at Coconut Creek Seminole Coconut Creek,
Great.
and iPix in Boca.
And you what?
And iPix in Boca,
Okay.
iPix movie theater
Okay.
in Boca.
Now, ma'am, there was an incident allegedly that happened yesterday. This is 11:59 p.m. Allegedly got into an argument with him.
Yes.
He allegedly hit you with a fist 2 times in the neck, pushed you into a piano in the living room, causing it to knock over.
Yes.
So, have there been any other instances besides this, ma'am, where there's violence in a relationship?
Yes, but I've never called the police before.
Okay, how long ago was the last time there had been violence?
Like 2 years ago.
What happened then?
It's just he actually went through my phone and didn't like what he saw and hit me in the forehead.
He did what?
Hit me in the forehead.
Okay, did you have to go to the doctor?
No, I just had a knot.
Okay, what about the time before that?
It was,
You
it
don't have
was
to
years
tell me
ago.
the date, just tell me what happened.
It was so long ago. I think this was when we were first together.
Let me ask you this, do you live in fear that he's gonna harm you?
No, but he has I think both of us actually have a anger management problem.
Right.
So I just need help as far as that is concerned.
Okay. Do you ever know him to carry any guns or weapons with him?
No, well, he has a licensed gun, but I don't see it.
Where does he keep the gun, do you know?
In a safe?
In the house?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know how to get into the safe?
No.
No? Do you think if he's released from custody, he represents a danger to you or the children?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Does he have family down here in South Florida?
No, just close friends, and his mother's coming from Jamaica on Sunday.
Yeah. Was she going to be here anyway, or did she come in because of this?
No, she was coming anyway.
Okay, and do you two own your own home?
Yes.
You do? All right. Ms. Chase, do you have anything you'd like to add today?
Pretty much it. He's had the same job as a restaurant chef for 7.5 years. He does have a place he can live away from the victim, and he would like to have contact with the children, even if they're a third party, and minimal savings. And he does have no priors.
Ma'am, let me ask you, what would you think would be a good way to resolve this today? Do you have any idea? Do you want me to tell him not to talk to you and the children? Do you, for the time being, until this goes to court in another courtroom in about a month? You just tell me what you think is appropriate. I'll take it under consideration.
Okay. Well, as far as the charges are concerned, I didn't want to file any charges against him because the kids are fond of him, so I wouldn't want that contact to go away. So.
And he's a good father?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And he's active in their lives?
Yes.
And is there no discipline issues with the children, not over disciplining or anything like that?
No, on his part or my
Yes. Well, I'll get to you in a minute. What about him?
No, he spoils
now,
No.
Just kidding. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, are you injured at all?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any injuries?
Just a knot right here.
A knot on the side?
Yes.
Turn your head for me, let me see. Can you pull your hair back? I don't even know, is it something I can see?
Right.
Here, walk over here for me. Come over here and we just take a quick look. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit of a turn. Let me see the other side. Yeah, pull your hair back a little bit. Okay, so I do see a little bump. You gonna go to the doctor or anything?
No, she said like 2 years ago.
Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Sir, I'm going to set your bond today based on these facts at $1,500. And I'm going to order that. Do you mind if he calls you on the telephone, ma'am?
Yes. No, that's fine. You can call me.
Judge, and I don't have an objection to him having contact with the children, but at this point in time, considering that this is not, from what she said, there's violence in this relationship, I don't think telephone contact, even telephone contact, is really necessarily appropriate at this time, Your Honor. I have concerns about where the conversation will go. Like I said, if there was no allegations of prior violence, that'd be one thing. But.
I understand. Sir, I'm going to make an exception in this case, probably from the way we usually do things. I'm going to let you have telephone contact with your wife. You can also have, obviously, indirect contact. You're allowed to see your children, but I'm going to ask that you stay 500 feet away from your wife for the time being until you go to court in front of Judge McHugh and that matter gets resolved over there. And you're not allowed to possess any guns or weapons while you're at. Your bond's $1,500. All right? Thank you.
You would invoke the defendant's rights to remain silent, right to counsel.
Is he Nancy Burtonette?
North Broward.
North Broward, I'm yes.
Ms. Burnett, you're charged with a DUI, disobeying a traffic device. You have some traffic tickets along with that. Quick finds probable cause, Ms. Burnett. Ma'am, state, she has a clean driving record from 2009, but she's from the state of Colorado. Do you have anything? Ms. Burnett, are you currently employed?
Are you in today?
Yes, cleaning business.
Okay, do you have any money in the bank, ma'am?
I have $750 to post my bail.
Do you have any family down here in South Florida?
I do, but I don't want them involved.
Okay. Ma'am, after you get out of jail, now from today, you only have 10 days to go get a temporary driving permit at the Department of Motor Vehicles in Broward County. And the address is on the DUI traffic ticket you're gonna get when you leave jail. You'll get a ticket for DUI, a traffic ticket, and if you look on there, it'll have an address for the Department of Motor Vehicles in Broward County. You need to go there. You have no more than 10 days from the date of your arrest, okay?
Okay.
So today would be day one, and then, go ahead.
No priors.
No priors. All right, ma'am. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. However, tomorrow, you have to be in downtown Fort Lauderdale in an office called pretrial release. All right? They'll give you, the gentleman right there is going to give you a map.
I can't talk right now. Hold on. Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay, so I have to.
Ma'am, he's got a map for you, all right? All right.
Okay,
It's been one of those days up there, huh, Deputy? All right. Ma'am, he's going to give you a map to go to the address tomorrow in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I want you to go down there, and I'm going to order that you have a drug and alcohol evaluation, all right?
Okay.
So there's two things you need to do. Number one is tomorrow go to the address on the map the gentleman's going to give you when we're done with our conversation. And the second thing is within 10 days go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, all right?
Okay.
Now, you're not allowed to consume any alcoholic beverages while you're on release, all right, ma'am?
Okay.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, ma'am, let me ask you a question, Miss Burnett. Do you still live on Coventry Street in Boca?
No.
Where are you living now?
I don't live anywhere now.
You don't? Okay, well, that changes things. All right, Miss Burnett, when was the last time
I could give you an address of somebody that I know, but it's not where I live all the time.
We'll do PTR pending, all right? I'm going to leave your bond at $500, ma'am. I'm good.
I've had an issue with this before, and it was particularly her. She may be able to get out through ROR, but for the fact that she may be homeless, what it in effect does is holds her no bond, and she doesn't have an address she can provide to pretrial, even if she's ROR.
Sure.
So I don't know if they're, I don't know if the court would consider ROR, and she has an address that apparently she can get mail at. So if the court would consider that, if not, we would just set a lower bond, but we can have it in the door. That way she's not just stuck in jail because she can't get out.
I did. I left her bond at $500, and then I have PTR pending. If she doesn't make bond, then she'll have pretrial release. Or, I mean, if she doesn't have pretrial release, the fallback is the bond.
Okay. And I apologize, if you could just make sure it's working, because what's happened is I've had a couple of cases where they're like, okay, it goes to the 500, but we can't verify, so we're not gonna release you.
No, that's what they have. Usually that's when they have a GPS monitor, so they look over the bond.
Well, let me put it this way. At the end of the day, one of the jobs I have is to ensure the integrity
That could be
of
what
the
they do
court, ensure people
pretrial
show
and
up in
bond.
court. And in the rare instance where someone is homeless, then my antenna go up and I think, you know what, if I let this person out, the chances that they're gonna come back seem to be much less than someone who posts a bond or is ROR'd with a good address. So what I'm concerned with is that I could set her up for failure if I just release her ROR. This way, at least have some, I don't want her to go to jail twice on the same charge. So I'm trying to do this in a way that I can get her out of jail, but then again, I have to make sure that, we let people out and they're gonna come back, so.
And I understand that, I just don't.
Just
like I
reset
said, I had a
tomorrow.
situation earlier this week where they were
I think AM, but I'm not, maybe PM, I'm not sure.
They couldn't verify, so even though they could have gotten out, they,
Yeah.
they wouldn't let him out, and there was no bond set, because he was.
Today I
ROR.
set a bond. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
How about Gloria Hedman?
Present at the main jail?
Ms. Hedman, you were charged with violating probation and bond. Hold on one moment, ma'am, let me look at something, Ms. Hedman.
See.
Okay, ma'am, your bond is $2,000, thank you.
We would invoke the defendant's rights to remain silent,
How
right
about
to
Robert
counsel, as
Hooper,
well as Ms.
Eric
Ms.
Garimi, and
We would invoke
Christopher
Ms. Burnett's
Harvey?
right to remain silent, right to counsel as well.
Hooper?
Come on, Mr. Hooper.
Hey. Mr. Hooper, you have a warrant, misdemeanor capias, license suspended, count 1. That's $500, sir. Thank you. How about Eric Garimi?
We would invoke the defendant's rights to remain silent, right to counsel.
He bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded.
Go back in the back warrant, please, sir.
How about Christopher Harvey?
He's present at the main jail.
Harvey.
Mr. Harvey, you're here for
Yes, sir.
license suspended, sir. Let me look here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What list is he going off of?
5 traffic tickets and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 failures to appear on traffic criminal
Nelson
cases.
Osceola?
So, all right, sir, I'm going to leave your bond out. Your bond's $100, all right? Thank you.
We would
Judge,
invoke
would
the
the
defendant's
court
rights to remain silent,
consider
right to counsel.
pretrial?
Well, he's got about 7 failures to appear on his driving record. I think there'd
recently,
be 8 if I let him out.
I sent a letter of
So,
I think a lot of that issue, Your Honor, is that he was living with his grandmother, but they got evicted. He recently had to place her in an assisted living facility because they were living hotel to hotel.
I don't think.
At this point, he doesn't have any money in the bank. He's living with friends, trying to get back on his feet. He does have a 15-year-old son in Boca. He was working as a plumber, however, lost his job, and he's been in Broward County since 1996.
Should definitely be on the
But he does have an address with the friend that he's been living with since January. But previously to that, he was living with the grandmother. But then they got evicted and were moving around hotel to hotel, and that's the issue I think that happened with the court failure to appear.
thank you. Sir, your bond's $100. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Jason Walker, Matthew Zendal, and Charles Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Mr. Walker, right?
Okay, Jason Walker, 2 violations of probation on felonies. They're both no bond. Thank you, sir.
We would invoke the
How about
defendant's rights to
Matthew
remain silent, right to
Zendal?
counsel.
Mr. Zendal, you're charged with possession with intent to deliver cannabis. 1,000, solicitation, conspiracy, count 2. Count 3 is a misdemeanor warrant. Failure to show up in court, that's $500 on a theft case. Thank you, sir.
We would invoke the
How about
defendant's rights to remain
Charles
silent, right to
Your Honor, I'm
counsel.
sorry, would Your Honor consider reducing the bond, the $1,000 bond? I don't think he has significant priors. He's been in Broward County for 26 years. He works installing air conditioning units. He has family local, but no money in the bank.
Well,
He's
no.
here in Acapias.
Is it a failure to show up in court, though? Or is that
Count three's a failure to show up in court. Yeah.
What?
Count three's a failure to show up in court.
Okay, sir, I'm going to leave it the way it is. 1,500.
No, I did.
Thank you. How about Charles Fitzgerald?
Gerald, I have a follow-up.
150? Yeah, I think it is 200 for every time.
Mr. Bendel? No. Fitzgerald, right?
On the back.
Okay. Charles Fitzgerald, do you have a count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon? And Mr. Barrett's going to.
Judge, I read it once again, and basically, the allegation is that there was a cigarette, whether it was put to the victim or put around the victim, near the victim, whatever, but the victim turned around and took this way, says he intentionally swung at the defendant as a warning for him to step back. And that's when the fight started. So really, it just takes significant people, the aggressor, the initiator of the fight. I would just make that argument and ask the court. I would say that there's probably no probable cause in that the defendant was defending himself. If the court finds probable cause, I would ask the court to take that into consideration when setting a bond, that really this was instigated more by the victim.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I just read it differently. The way it's written in the report is that the defendant flicked the cigarette butt at him, the victim tossed it back at the defendant, then the defendant stood up and moved towards the victim. At this point, in self-defense, the victim swung at the defendant as a warning for him to step back. So when he was swinging, he was acting in self-defense from the defendant getting up and stepping towards him. It was at this point that it alleges that it escalated when the defendant pulled out the knife.
Right, it's, okay.
He didn't say that he acted aggressively against him.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to find probable cause. I'll consider all the facts. Go ahead, state this.
He pled out a trespass April of this year, trespass last year, 93 to Palm Beach, theft and possession of burglary tools. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Chase, would you like to add something?
Just that he's a lifelong resident of Broward County. He just started a job working with a local moving company. He does have family. His mother lives in Coral Springs. He does not have any money in the bank, and is, just starting his job and doesn't want to lose it.
I understand, sir.
I was just going to know, I'm sorry, I'll make it quick. And apparently there was a witness, and the officer lists his name, address, and phone number.
Sir, based on these facts, I'm going to set your bond at $3,500 in your criminal record. The level of violence, I'm going to order you have no contact with Nicholas Ruiz, directly or indirectly. Stay 500 feet from him at all times. Thank you. How about Sterling Morris?
Moving to book his rights to
Clayton
remain silent, right to
Ramsey,
counsel.
and Andrew Smith. Sterling Morris.
Mr. Morris bonded, Your Honor. Ramsey bonded. And Mr. Smith has a private attorney, Mr. Gottlieb.
Make room, guys, on that back wall. Still in every seat, wide open.
So we're trying to call your attorney right now.
Nine 462 1005.
Hi, Judge Hurley, how you doing? Good, I'm looking for Mike. Is he in? We've got a man named Andrew Smith who's been arrested on grand theft, 3 counts of passing a forged bill, and he's got a warrant on a traffic criminal for $2,000. So is Mr. Gottlieb over there? He's coming in over there?
That actually wasn't him. He's actually over in a meeting in Fort Lauderdale Police Department this afternoon. I'm not sure when to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just set the man's bonds, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Okay, come on up, Mr. Smith. Does this gentleman have any criminal record?
2013, resisting without violence. 2009, tampering with evidence. 2003, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. 2003, possession of cocaine, marijuana. 2002, battery.
Sir, are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna set your bond on count 1 through 4 to 1,000. Count 5, that's the warrant for 2,000. Based on your criminal record, the facts of the case. Thank you. How about Mervyn Thomas, Jason Cotto, Vincent Kearse? Mervyn Thomas.
Good morning.
Hi, aggravated battery on a person 65 years of age or older, violating an injunction. Court finds probable cause. Do we have any priors on this gentleman?
Your Honor, 2013, DWS habitual offender. 2013, possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia. 2012, he was arrested for aggravated battery on a pregnant victim and battery. Charges were dropped. 2006, robbery with a weapon. In 2005, he was arrested for aggravated assault and battery. Charges were dropped.
Carrying concealed weapon, 2003 out of date.
2003, out of date, carrying concealed weapon or firearm.
Got it.
Your Honor, I can tell you that in addition to the listed victims in this case, another woman obtained a non-expiring order of protection against Mr. Thomas.
Okay. Miss Chase, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Your Honor, he's been a lifelong resident of Broward County. He works as a line cook at a local restaurant. He does have one child that he would like to have contact with. He does provide care for that child. He lives with his mother and currently does not have any money in the bank.
Wait a minute. Wait one moment.
Well, is the mother of the child Lizette Alvarez?
No, that's the grandmother.
Yes.
Who's the mother of the child?
Nicole Barbara Yanez.
She's not a listed victim here, though.
Well,
okay.
I see one person, Reynaldo Yanez Ferreira. So.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna let that get ironed out over in the.
Your Honor, he's also. Let's see if this is accurate. He's on probation in front of Judge Shearer for felony DWS habitual offender. He was placed on a year's probation on October 31st of last year.
What's the case number?
13-14956 CF10A.
Okay, so I'm gonna set your bond on count 1 at $7,500. Count 2, I'm gonna set it at $2,500. Your total bond today is $10,000, and the court will order you be held on 13-14956 CF10. You're going to be held on a violation of probation. No contact with Ronaldo Yanez Pereira. No contact with Lizette Alvarez. Directly and indirectly stay 500 feet from both of them. At all times, you're not allowed to possess guns or weapons while you're out on release. Thank you. What about Jason Cotto?
Revoke the defendant's rights to remain silent and right to counsel.
Where's he? Cotto, count 7. You have a felony possession of PvP. That bond is $1,000. Thank you. How about Vincent Curse?
We revoke the defendant's rights to remain silent and right to counsel.
Mr. Curse.
Hold on, Your Honor.
I don't think there's anything for the court to do today in this case. This is a refile, and I'm just confirming the dates.
So you have 2 counts of capital sexual battery on count 4 and 5.
Yes, Your Honor, he was arraigned just yesterday in front of Judge Bober, who's already set a trial date of August 17th.
Okay.
That was on the, arraigned on the.
On this case number, on all the charges
sir,
under this case
these
number.
no bond as they were before. Thank you. Okay, may I see Terrence Body?
It's Your Honor, it's actually Terrence Boyd, and he's still on loan.
Terrence Boyd?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it is Terrence Boyd.
And
Okay. So, you know what I'll do?
Judge,
I'll reset this for Friday PM, and if he comes in earlier.
Judge,
Yeah.
can we go off the record?
What is it?
Right. But also there would be the question of whether or not a bond can be set on his behalf. The second issue is we would ask the public defender's office to be involved.
I'll appoint the PD, but as a practical matter, I mean, if he's in the hospital, instead of having this float in this courtroom, what I've done in the past that works out well is I just take no action on it, and then the clerk keeps it. When he comes back from the hospital, they pull it off the phone, and they put it back on the next docket. That's the way we do it. The alternative to that is we keep coming back every day, end up having these stacks. The papers will be that big with me every day. Is he here? No, he's not here. Set it for tomorrow. So that's why we do it that way, all right? Now, is there a time limit for me to find probable cause or determine? He hasn't been arrested yet, has he?
He's been arrested. He hasn't. I mean, I guess since he physically can't be brought before you at this point, I don't know if there is.
I can do it in absentia.
If you want to do it in absentia, that's fine with me.
I think I should, to be honest with you. Well, I can determine probable cause, proof evident in absentia. You can do that. It's clear from the rules. You can do that.
Yeah, I did. It's over there.
So,
Terrence Boyd.
I mean, you could have a case where somebody refuses to come to court. You can still do it. I'm going to do it, obviously. I'll do it without prejudice. So when he does come, we'll state a UC on Mr. Terrence Boyd. Are you seeking a foreclosed bond and release conditions?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that.
On count 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, just 1 second to.
Oh, yeah, here.
Thank you.
Of course. I'll make a copy for you.
Okay.
Okay, State, are you relying on the,
Yes, I'm just going to rely on the probable cause
okay,
affidavit.
do you have any comment about whether there's proof evident, presumption great?
Judge, I have no argument with regards to that.
So the court will find proof evident, presumption great as to count 1 and 2. The defendant will be held without bond. Court's relying on the probable cause affidavit. Okay.
Court to consider setting a bond in this case, especially in light of the medical condition of the defendant at this point, which even if he were to get out of the hospital anytime soon, would obviously require some kind of, massive medical treatment.
Well,
rehabilitation or whatnot.
I understand. The court's not going to do that, and the court's relying on the Preston case and the Keel case out of the 4th ECA. However, I'm going to not withhold, but I'm not going to set a bond on count 3 and 4 at this time. All right? There you go. Thank you. There is probable cause also.
Judge, we would ask for counts 3 and 4, we would ask that he's entitled to some type of bond, we would ask a bond.
I appreciate that. I'll note that, but I'm going to not do anything today, all right? No bond on 1 and 2. Count 3 and 4. I'm not going to set a bond. You know what? Look, if you want, I'll set a bond. How's that? I'll set a bond on 3 and 4 at $25,000 per count, and just based on the facts of the case. There you go. All right. Now, okay.
Your Honor,
Yes.
at the Conte facility, you're going to need an interpreter for Suarez.
Spanish?
Yes.
Can you call Spanish for me?
Thank you.
Okay. Now, State, are there any felonies that have not been filed?
They've all not been filed, but on 2 of the cases, Suarez and Perez, Your Honor, the state is going to be seeking a good faith extension, good cause extension to 40 days.
Okay, well, let's deal with the ones that are easy. So
Sure.
let's call up Joel Heinrich. Joel Heinrich.
Full round, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Heinrich, case number 156363 CF10. You're going to be released on your own recognizance today, all right? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. May I see Sharon Samanik? Samanik?
I think that's actually that's a second look, Judge.
Is it?
Yes.
Where is she?
North per hour.
Okay. Ma'am, you're charged with grand theft. How come you haven't bonded out of the jail yet?
I don't have the money.
Okay. Do you have family here in Broward County?
I have a mom and dad.
Okay. Have you talked to them
They're
about putting up
84.
your bond?
I can't contact them. I can't use the phone. It's unable to reach them. It's
Okay.
restricted.
So you haven't bonded out because you haven't talked to your parents?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you close with your parents? Do you talk to them often?
I live at my mom and dad's house.
Well, they haven't seen you in several days, right?
No, they know about the bond, but they're mad right now.
They're what?
They're mad at me right now.
Oh, okay, so that's why.
Have you guys had, Your Honor, just some additional information?
Go ahead.
I'm showing in 2011, and she had a theft. In 2010, she had a DUI. Both were dismissed for competency issues. She had a grand theft in 2010. I don't know if there's, frankly, I don't know what issues there are not going on now.
Let me just see here.
Yeah. Uh, 50.
Could I possibly ROR, Your Honor?
Possibly, yes, ma'am.
And I won't go anywhere but with my mom?
See.
I won't leave the house?
Maybe that'll make it.
Patrice, do you have any notes of having contact with her parents?
Sears.
Oh, okay.
She can?
Nice.
Okay, so everything she had was dismissed for competency?
Well, no, she had other cases she put out, but the most two recent out of Broward, a 2010 DUI and a 2011 theft, were dropped.
All right, ma'am, I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance today, but you are not allowed to return to the Sears in Pembroke Pines. Do you understand?
I'm not going shopping until I come back and see you for court, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
She referred to it as going shopping.
Excuse me.
Just saying.
Okay, so which one is the? How about Nikki Misiata?
I'm trying to reach March. I didn't do anything. Oh, I don't know.
Where's Nikki Misiata?
Right, Your Honor.
Hello, ma'am. You're here on possession with intent to sell dangerous drugs. Let me ask you, are you?
We have not filed, Your Honor. She's entitled to.
Ma'am, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today. All right?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.
You too.
And
how about Giovanni Perez? Giovanni Perez?
that's
Sir, do you speak English?
Very well, sir.
Trying to call Marge, and she listens. So she, and I was in the process of emailing her. I'm like, that's scary. I feel my privacy invaded. Oh yes. Your Honor, Mr. Perez. Additionally, he doesn't need an interpreter, Your Honor.
He said no.
Okay, we're seeking a good cause extension of 40 days, relying upon the Davis v. State of Florida case out of the 4th DCA, that it is within the court's discretion, but that if the court were to find that issues with the crime drug lab, and that is why a filing decision has not yet been made through delays of the drug lab, that it would not be an abuse of discretion for the court to find that that is good cause to give the state 40 days. What I would just note, Your Honor, is what the 4th DCA was very clear on in that case is each case is to be taken on its own and looking at the individual circumstances. What I would note in this case, and I haven't asked for this on the other drug cases we've had because, frankly, there's a big difference between this case and a possession with intent or a simple possession. This involves a very large trafficking amount, cocaine alleged over 400 grams. Additionally, Your Honor, I would note that at this point in time, from what I can see, even if the court were to ROR and Mr. Perez will stay in custody, he has a hold out of Dade County for violation of probation. He was on probation in Dade County for trafficking cocaine. So I think based on his prior that he's on probation for, the amount in this case, I think the court would be within its discretion to give the 40-day extension.
Judge, we would object to the extension. I don't think that because of the crime lab was behind, it's of their own doing that they're behind in testing the drugs. I don't think they should be, and I use the term rewarded. That's probably not the appropriate return, but given the extension of, for the extra time period to file the charges in, I understand what the state's saying, and I understand what the 4th DCA had ruled, but I still don't believe that it's fair to the defendants. I think it kind of subverts the rule.
I have actually, on occasion, I obviously judges aren't to have any policy. I don't clearly, but I have not granted the state's motion on a few of these requests. However, in this, I do think there's a good faith basis. This defendant allegedly arrived at a drug deal with $33,000 in cash, and he's on probation in Dade County for the same type of thing. So I'm going to grant the motion to extend it to the 40th day. State, can you,
I'll prepare orders.
prepare an order?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Automatically released.
No, what and just so you know, with the wording of the order, and I've taken it straight from Judge Porter's order, is that if the information is not filed by 5 o'clock on the 40th day, defendant to be automatically released. And for the record, the 40th day for Mr. Perez is June 24th.
Okay, so, let's go to Allison Brabham. Allison Brabham.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Brabham, just give me a quick moment, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, how come you haven't bought it out yet?
Because I have no means of a source of income to bond out right now. I live on an SSDI check I get every month, and I paid all of my bills with my check. And the party that's in my house is staying in my house without my permission, and I have no way or no means of nobody to bond me out. So what I was gonna do is do it the lawful right way. I was gonna go stay with a friend once, if I could get this ROR today, through the courts. I'm proceeding already to have them evicted out of my house with my personal attorney. And that's where all my income and my sons went on my income.
Do you know if he has priors out with BC San Diego?
Yeah, no, I got it right here, Judge. Your Honor, I can tell you right now, he's been through mental health court, both misdemeanor and felony, on numerous occasions.
Okay. Mr. Brabham, I'm going to leave this where it is. I'm going to let you go see your trial judge on this, all right? Thank you. Thank
Can I
you,
say one
Josh.
thing?
Thank you. Joshua Johnson. Joshua Johnson.
North Broward.
Mr. Johnson, you're here for theft. Give me a moment, sir. open theft case. I think I revoked that. So I did. So I'm not going to take any action on your case. I'm going to let it go to the division. Thank you.
That same thing, trial judge.
Just waiting on interpreter now.
He said that he resolved one of my.
I think we have an extra person waiting on here, don't we?
Yeah, we just were waiting on an interpreter, Mr. Suarez. I don't. Does anyone know if there are any other cases? No, it was taken off because it was actually up filed to a felony.
We're just going to stand down for a moment. We'll be right back.
Yes,
Hi,
Judge.
good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Omar Suarez,
Señor Suárez, Omar Suárez.
please step forward.
Párese, señor, póngase de pie y venga cerca al podio. Señor Suárez.
Sí,
Póngase de pie, señor.
ya estoy de pie.
Oh, that's him. Sorry, I was thinking.
Momento, señor, estábamos mirando otra.
Here we're affirmed to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English truthfully and to the best of your ability.
I will reach Angela Lopez, LOPEZ, Spanish interpreter for the courthouse.
Now, State, let me understand, this gentleman is a co-defendant, Mr. Perez, am I correct?
Está diciendo el señor juez al señor fiscal que usted es un coacusado al señor acusado que es el señor Pérez.
I would just need one moment to see if
Un
they're
momento, por favor.
co-defendants.
Sí.
I mean, I know he's saying. It would appear so.
Yeah, our office has both of them, and actually, I think that a private has filed on Mr.
El señor abogado defensor aquí presente está informándole al señor juez
Who's the
que,
private attorney?
Is it David Nunez?
señor, su abogado se llama David Núñez.
Sí.
Yes.
Judge, I filed a motion.
Su señoría, yo puse una moción porque todavía aparecemos aquí en el acta como los abogados oficiales.
Can you extend this for 40 days?
Yes, Your Honor, and it's going to be on the same grounds, Your Honor. He does not have a probation case in Dade, but, Your Honor, because of, and I think this goes along the lines of the factors.
Señor abogado fiscal está diciendo que
Or DCA.
Son las mismas bases que usted no tiene un caso de libertad vigilada en Miami-Dade.
Held that the court can consider in Davis v. State.
Está dando el nombre de un caso precedente, el señor abogado fiscal, de un caso de apelación.
The amount of the drugs, the
El
amount
monto de drogas
of the money that was
Y el
allegedly brought to the deal.
de dinero que se trajo a la negociación.
Your Honor, reviewing the probable
Señoría,
cause
al haber
affidavit,
revisado el affidavit de motivo fundado,
it appears Mr. Suarez
según
was an
parece el
integral part of the
señor
deal as he was
Suárez era
inspecting the
una
cocaine
parte integral
prior to the
del
deal being
caso de la
consummated.
negociación de cocaína antes de que se llevara a cabo la negociación.
The state would just rely on those grounds, Your
Y
Honor.
el abogado fiscal se va a basar en esto.
We would have the same objection.
Su señoría, nosotros también tendríamos,
The crime lab has put himself into this position.
I'm sorry, the crime.
In light of the fact that the crime lab has put himself in this position.
Dice el señor abogado defensor aquí presente también que ellos pondrían la misma
Understand
objeción
your
o
argument, but the
protesta
state will
debido a la manera en que la oposición que se puso en el laboratorio.
State's motion to extend this matter for the 40th day. State, could you please prepare
El señor
order?
juez
Yes, Your Honor.
le ha otorgado al abogado fiscal
Remain in
40
custody.
días para que él termine con su caso.
For 7 more days.
Usted va a permanecer bajo custodia por lo menos por 7 días más.
The
At
40
the
day.
end of the 7 days,
Para mí, Your Honor.
if the prosecutor has not filed
Y el
a
abogado
formal charge,
fiscal no ha entablado formalmente acusaciones en contra suya
Be released
en
from
ese
custody.
tiempo, entonces a usted lo dejarán en libertad.
the court does find there is a good faith exception here for
Dice
extending
el señor juez
this
que
matter
él
to the
encuentra
40th
que
day
sí
based
hay
on
una
the issues with
excepción que se llama de 40 días que van a alegar en cuanto o van a retar en cuanto al laboratorio, a lo que sucede con el laboratorio.
And Your Honor, just for the record,
Su señoría, para el
the
acta,
40th day for Mr. Suarez
los
would be June
40 días para el
23rd.
señor Juárez era de junio 3
And just for record purposes,
y
the
para el
case
propósito del acta,
that the state relies upon is
que las-
Robert Davis v. State of Florida.
I'm sorry, Davis.
Robert Davis
Robert Davis. Se basa el señor fiscal en el caso de Robert Davis,
v. State of Florida.
el estado contra el estado de la Florida.
The case number is
Caso número 4 de 14
4D-3427.
raya 4. I'm sorry.
3427.
3427. 347.
Yes, he was
Está
booked in.
indicando,
I think they were
preguntando al
booked in
señor
like around
abogado
midnight.
defensor
He
si es
was
que el
booked in on the
40 días se
14th.
cumple el
Perez
3.
was booked in on the 15th.
El señor Pérez lo ficharon o lo ficharon el 15.
Thank you, sir.
Perdón, gracias, señor.
Now, we
Gracias.
have one more individual at the Paul Ryan facility. Who is this, sir?
¿Quién es usted, señor?
Who is left at Paul Ryan?
Señor, usted necesita
Cipriano, Your Honor. Cipriano.
Speak English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who? What? Oh, that's is it?
What happened?
Thank you, Your Honor.
We upfiled. It was a 30-day and a misdemeanor violation of injunction. We upfiled it to felony stalking charges, Your Honor.
Okay, so what do we do with Cipriano?
Nothing to do. There's nothing to do. It's been the reason it was taken off is because it's I believe Marge or someone already saw on Odyssey that it's showing that it was filed. So
Sir, apparently
he'll be arraigned.
the state attorney has filed a felony charge against you for what, aggravated stalking?
Yes.
I'll hold no bond. I've already been given a bond for my felony, just not these 2 misdemeanors that have no bond. So can we resolve that so I can have a bond or
because you
on
revoked, Your
that?
Honor. Remember, he came forward on the misdemeanors,
Right.
then he was arrested again, and you revoked his bond. That's
So
why
I'm
he's
going to
being
let your
held.
trial judge take care of that. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that's a wrap, everyone. Am I correct?
No, you remember him?
Okay, thank you very
He
much.
left
We're
the
out for
Detective Summer came
2:35.
over to-
Tomorrow's hump day. Easiest day of the week here. And I'll be in probably by 10 minutes until 9 because I have to do extradition on Thursday. So until then, we are out from 2:35.